Yes. Okay. Two countries, namely France and Spain. All right. So this is namely. We don't see it in everyday writings. However, in TOEFL IELTS writings is a very important word, which can,
Okay.
which shows your ability to write in academic sentence patterns. Okay. So this is very important. All right.
Okay.
Okay. So, namely algae. All right.
Whereas,
Whereas the author, okay, the author, because you say author, so the author writes something, right? Because you have one reading and one lecture listening. So for the reading, you can just say author, right?
okay.
Okay. And for the lecture listening, you can just say the lecturer. So
Okay.
actually, there will be no confusion between the two, right? So I think it's redundant to write off the reading. Okay.
Okay.
For the issue of redundancy in TOEFL IELTS writing is very important because, the demand of TOEFL IELTS writing is very high. There are two requirements. They seem contradictory. One is that they want you to explain things explicitly as clear as possible. However, at the same time, they want you to explain things concisely, so precisely. Okay. So to sum up, it's like in Chinese, maybe you can think in Chinese like 言简意赅.
Okay.
Okay, so just tell me the key points. All right.
Okay.
So author, okay, we know is for the reading. Lecturer,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we know it's for the listening. Okay.
Yeah.
So the author states that three kinds of manufacturing fuels are problematic for three reasons. All right. And
Uh-huh.
here we need a punctuation, which is the semicolon. All right.
Okay.
You know the difference between the two?
Um,
In,
so
in
前
Chinese.
后文是同一个，
Sorry?
是同前面那句跟后面那句是有关联的。
Uh-huh. So what is the difference between comma and semicolon?
嗯
In English, in English. Okay.
嗯
If you use comma, it means the sentence continues. Okay. They
OK
are basically in one sentence, maybe longer sentence, but only one.
嗯哼
Okay. On the contrary, if you are using semicolon, it means you are combining two sentences into one.
OK
So they are totally different concepts. Okay. Yeah, and
嗯
usually Taiwanese students are not familiar with semicolon. So it's
OK
normal. Yeah, but you need to get used to it if you are writing TOEFL IELTS writing. All
嗯
right.
哼
And for the second sentence, there's no problem. Okay. However, you need to change the punctuation. Okay. And the lecturer casts doubts. No problem here. It's a software problem. And the main point made in the reading by providing three reasons. Okay, so Ken, could you recap a little bit? What did you learn from paragraph one?
like the punctuation, the
Yes, punctuation, especially
semicolon,
in English.
mhm, and namely.
Namely usage, and a little bit preposition, okay, for three reasons.
Okay.
Do you have extra time for reading something about punctuation? Do you have time or no?
Yeah, I'll squeeze some time.
Okay. If you really have some extra time to do some other, extra readings, I
Uh-huh.
will recommend you one book, which is The Style of Writing. It is a classic. Okay. The Style of Writing.
Okay.
The style of writing. This book was written like long time ago. Okay. The style of writing, key elements of writing style, tone, dictation, syntax, voice, punctuation, especially for punctuations and grammars. Okay. The style of writing, the book. More than 20 years ago, when I was in the UK, my professor also recommended that book for us.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, The Art of Writing, sorry.
Okay.
The Art of Writing, all right? By this professor in Cambridge University, all right? So they were originally Cambridge lectures by Lucas Professor from 1946 to 1953. So you can see it's a classic writing book, English
Okay.
writing. Okay. Okay. So it's classic, but don't worry, it's a very thin book. It doesn't have like 200, 300 pages. It's like, I think, less than 100 pages, and it's a small book. Okay. Yeah. So if you read quickly, I think you can finish it within a few days. All right. Okay, let's move on. Paragraph 2. Could you please read it first of all?
First of all, for the farmland issue, the reading states that growing algae requires a large scale of farmable land,
Yeah.
and the needs of the land and water will make food shortage worse. However, the lecturer disputes this point.
Okay.
She says algae can be grown in those unfertilized lands where the crops cannot grow.
Okay.
Therefore,
Could you stop a little bit?
yeah,
Cannot growth, right? Cannot grow.
okay,
Okay.
cannot
So,
grow. Okay,
what do you mean the crops?
I mean the like 农作物.
Yes. So the lecture disputed point, she said algae can be grown in those where other crops, you mean other crops?
Yes.
Okay. So where other crops cannot grow. Okay. Right?
Mhm.
Okay. So for preposition, grown, past participle, all right? And therefore it would not occupy the need of the land for other crops. Okay, so it's for crops. It's not for crop products. Because we can only grow crops, we cannot grow products.
Mhm.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So in TOEFL IELTS writing, they emphasize critical thinking. Critical thinking. Critical thinking. All right. Here. This is so important. And once again, I want to emphasize that it's not just for TOEFL IELTS writing. It is also, huge important for your future study PhD program. Okay. Because every time when you are reading some, journal articles or papers, you need to think critically. So we have to start training right now. Okay. So it is for props. It is not for prop products. Okay. They are
Okay.
similar, but not exactly the same. Okay. All right. Good. Next
Yeah.
paragraph. Secondly,
Secondly, the reading claims that the startup cost of growing algae is high by investing all the equipment.
okay, maybe we need to have a hyphen here,
Okay.
because we use startup as an adjective, right? And then for the cost, all right? So
Mhm.
startup cost. Okay. Nevertheless,
Nevertheless, the lecturer refutes this statement. He argues that the cycle of cultivating algae is extremely short. comparing to other agricultural products.
Okay, what do you mean the cycle of cultivating algae is extremely short?
Uh,
Because
the process of growing algae is short,
all right, so
so you
that's
can harvest more and more and
okay.
more time.
But what was the point here?
To
The point here is about startup cost, right?
Okay, so
So
like maybe it can earn the money faster, so cover the cost.
okay, so once again, here is talking about the startup cost. And here you
Uh,
are talking about the short cycle of cultivating period, right? So
mhm.
are they exactly the same?
No.
No, no. Okay. Startup cost means at the very beginning, you need to invest huge amount of money, right?
Uh-huh.
But a shorter cycle of cultivating period means you can earn money quickly.
Yeah.
So they are two different things, right? And here in one paragraph, you are combining the two together, which means maybe you are a little bit confused about the difference of the two, right?
Mhm.
So I feel like you are trying to combine two ideas together in one paragraph in order to explain this, but they are actually two things. All right. If you
Okay.
are separating them into 2 points, I think that's okay. But you are using them together like, okay, first of all, right, the first paragraph. Secondly, but in the second paragraph, you have, no, it's the third paragraph. Okay. In the third paragraph, you have two different points together. So it's a little bit, confusing. What
Okay.
what exactly you want to talk about? Are you talking about startup cost or are you talking about the short cycle period? Okay, I'm not sure which one is your main point. Can you answer the question? So what is your main point in this one paragraph?
Mm,
Is the startup cost or the short cycle of cultivating period? Which one is your main point?
the cost.
The cost, right? Okay. So if you are using the startup cost as your main point, then maybe you need something else. Okay, I will show you some sample answers later, so you can,
Uh-huh.
look at the sample answers. Okay. So great. Finally, please.
Finally, the reading argues that growing algae could cause significant air pollution by consuming and releasing huge amount of carbon dioxide.
Yes.
Yet, the lecturer believes that farmers can collect the CO2 from the factories. As a result, it can reduce the harmfulness to the environment.
Okay. So I think you got tired when you were writing this. Okay, it's cause
Okay. To cause.
significant air
Okay.
pollution. Okay, by consuming and releasing huge amount of carbon dioxide. All right. Sometimes we need some dramatic terms. Okay,
Okay.
drama. All right. And did you finish the writing within the time limit?
No.
No. Okay, it's okay. You are just starting. No problem. Okay, one question here. Collect the CO2 from the factory. What do you mean?
Uh, like so. Uh, you can use the CO2 from the like when other factory release the CO2 and they can like kind of
Okay.
recycle it
But
for
my question is collect. What do you mean collect? Because when you say collect, it's like, oh, I got some kind of machine. Long time ago, I watched a video, and the video said in Africa, some people invented some kind of machine. You just put the machine in the air, and the machine will collect the humidity in the air,
Mhm.
and then
Uh-huh.
it produces water. Okay. So I think that is collect, but I'm not sure when you use collect here, do you mean they have some kind of machine or no?
Uh, like the lecturer said, like
Yeah.
you can put it in some kind of tank.
Some kind of what?
The tank,
Hack.
like tank.
Tank.
Uh-huh. Tank.
Ah, okay. So the lecturer talk.
Maybe they got some special machine.
Uh-huh. Okay. So they can collect CO2.
I think so.
Okay. Then no problem. All right, because I'm not sure. As a result, you can reduce the harmless to the environment. Okay. In conclusion, no problem. Please.
In conclusion, although making algae fuels seems to be problematic
Yeah.
in the reading, the three main points made in the reading are effectively challenged by the lecturer.
That's good. Okay. As a, TOEFL writing beginner, you did a good job. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
So question number 2. Good. The debate.
The debate on whether we should develop skills that fit our current job or focusing on training for better future positions is controversial. I personally think that developing skills that suit your current job take priority over training for a better position because I firmly believe that basic is the fundamental of all kinds of or more advanced skill.
Okay, two tiny things here. Number 1, should develop. Okay.
Okay.
And a better future position. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And next paragraph, higher position.
Higher position jobs usually imply more advanced skills. Therefore, in order to be suitable for the positions, people should be excellent about what they are currently doing.
Okay, your answer is correct, but I think it's better to have the present continuous. Why?
Uh-huh. Because currently,
Yeah, it emphasizes now,
uh-huh.
ing, ongoing, going on. Okay. Yeah. So just,
Okay,
tiny difference. Okay, like Claire said.
like Claire said, being outstanding in your current works makes you a better candidate for the managers.
Yes.
More precisely, enhancing your working abilities make you stand out from other coworkers.
Okay. Yeah, because coworkers, it must be your coworker, right? Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Right.
So you don't have
So
to
your is redundant
mention.
here. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
because of course you are comparing yourself to your coworkers. So just other coworkers. All right. Because you don't
What is
compare
redundant?
redundant. Okay, let me
Yes.
show you. This is a very important keyword in TOEFL and IELTS writing. Okay. Redundant.
Redundant.
Okay.
Mhm.
I will give you one very simple but important example.
Okay.
We see the term in our everyday lives a lot. Okay, what is this? Sorry,
Free gift.
let me, can you see now? Yes?
Free gift.
Free gifts.
Yes.
In everyday lives, it's okay. Oh, I got free gifts. But in TOEFL IELTS writing, if you write free gifts, it means you don't have critical
Uh,
thinking.
uh-huh.
Why
The
not?
gift is free.
Yeah. Okay, so here's my question. Since gifts are free, why do we see free gifts all the time?
To
To brainwash.
very much.
Yeah, it's from the stores, from the medical,
Marketing.
from the marketing guys. Okay, they want to brainwash consumers clients, customers, hey, these are free. Of course, every time when someone gives you gifts, they are free, right? Do your friends give you gifts and say, hey, Ken, this is $2,080? No, they don't say that, right? They just give you freely. Okay, so this is redundant. All right.
Okay.
So now, how do you feel about the differences between daily writings and TOEFL IELTS writing? Could you sum up a little bit?
Yeah, so you have to, don't use like redundant words.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No redundant words.
Yeah, no redundant words, and be very precise about what you're writing.
Precisely. Good. Anything else?
And also academically correct and in the grammar and everything.
So actually now you know
Punctuations.
the grammar, spelling things, they are the very basic things, right?
Yeah.
And above that, you need to write logically without redundancy, all right? And finally, on top of it, we hope you can have critical thinking. Okay, there are two main things. According to what my professor told me when I was in the UK, she said, "Why are you here? Why don't you do your master degree in Taiwan?" So no one could answer. Okay. Finally, she said, "Oh, you are here for two things." All right. So I spent all the money in the UK, and then I'm telling you my answers, okay, or the answers from my professor. She said, number one, you are building up your problem-solving skills. Actually, in Taiwan, we call it 带着走的能力, problem solving. All right. And number two, you are developing your critical thinking. So every time when you read something, when you hear something, when someone told you something, you don't just believe it 100%.
Yeah.
You will think about it. And does it make sense? Oh, this makes sense. Oh, this doesn't make sense. This argument is illogical. They are just, telling me some white lines, maybe. Okay. All right. So let's get some samples now. All right.
Okay.
Okay, for integrated writing, reading the passage, lecture summary. Okay, so could you read the 3 points once again? Land use.
Yeah. Land use. The reading claims that cultivating algae requires extensive farmland, potentially.
This is higher level word.
Exacerbating food shortage. Exacerbating.
Yes.
Exacerbating.
Okay.
Actually, it means worsen. Yeah, but in TOEFL IELTS writing, if you can use this word, wow, high level.
Exacerbating.
All right. So
it's
next
a negative word.
Sorry?
Negative word.
Yeah, very negative word. Very negative. Okay, number two, startup.
Startup costs. He argues that the initial investment for algae cultivation is prohibitively high due to the necessary equipment.
Okay, so this is the point you were talking about, right? The startup cost. And to clarify a little bit, 启动成本，他认为由于必要的设备、藻类养殖的初始投资高得令人望而却步。All right, so it will be too high to have this investment. Okay, number three, environmental.
The environmental impact. The reading suggests that growing algae could lead to significant air pollution from carbon dioxide emissions.
These are so important. Carbon dioxide emission. And there was an agreement long time ago. Kyoto Agreement. Have you heard it before?
京都协议 Yeah.
Yeah, 京都议定书, right? But the point is that there were two most important countries they didn't sign the agreement. One, USA. Two, China.
China.
Okay. Yeah. And lecture summary. Okay, could you read 1, 2, 3 as well? Thank you.
Yeah. So algae can be cultivated on unfertilized lands, thus not competing with food crops.
Okay.
Number two, the growth cycle of algae is much shorter than that of traditional crops, making it a cost-effective option.
Uh-huh.
The farmer can capture CO2 emissions from factories, which can mitigate environmental harms.
Okay, so what did you learn from this page? I think this page helps you a lot. You can learn a lot of things from this page.
The note-taking skill.
Yes, and there are some TOEFL IELTS writing words here, like exacerbating, okay, prohibitively, all right.
What is prohibitive?
Yes, and
Very.
yeah,
emission.
Significant air pollution, okay, carbon dioxide emission, cost-effective option, all right? And you see it says capture, so it's even better than collect, right?
Collect, yeah.
Yeah, capture, all right? And mitigate environment harm, all right? So on this page, it shows us, high-level TOEFL IELTS writing words. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll send you the link later.
Okay.
Okay, so text instruction for integrated writing. I think you know these. Okay, summarize the points, word count. So make sure you write more than 150 words. My suggestion will be 175 to 180 words. Okay, why don't we just write 150?
Not enough to show all.
Just in case we make some mistakes.
Okay.
Sometimes we make mistakes and then some sentences were deleted by the examiner, right? And they will think, oh, you don't have enough word count. Okay, but if you can write like 180, 175 to 80, then even if they delete 1, 2 sentences, okay, it's still be okay. All right? And here, stay on what?
Clarity.
Okay, clarity is the most important thing. And maybe I understand why you put the 2 points together here, because one here is about cycle, right? And one here is about cost, right? And I think you were trying to combine the two together for argument, but here's a problem. If cost is a problem, right? Then there's no chance to have the cycle.
Yeah.
Did you get it? Once again.
Okay.
If cost is a problem, then I won't plan them any. Actually, I don't plan them at all. Right? So if I don't plan then, it doesn't matter how short the cycle is. Okay? Did you get it? This is very important. So let me explain in Chinese. Okay? 成本很高，对不对？ OK 吗？ Ken 有听到吗？ Can you hear me?
好像不太稳定，那个刚
不太稳定，好，没关系。好，现在听得到吗？
Yeah.
好，我用中文讲一次，因为这个很重要哈。成本很高，对不对？
Yeah.
好，那这边是循环很短，对不对？OK， 问题是成本很高，会不会去种它？
它是投资设备的成本高。
对啊，所以我如果投资设备成本很高，我就根本不会中啊。那如果我根本不会中，它循环很短，对我来说有用吗？
嗯，后面那个讲师的意思是，就是他他的那个投资的效率比较高，所以可能他的会比较快回本。
对啊，所以这
呃
个是两件事，
，OK，
一个是初期成本太高，所以我根本不中；一个
嗯，
是他想要去辩论说，就算初期成本很高，我很快就会回收，right？
是，
但是如果初期成本真的这么高，我根本连中都不想中，所以你多快回收对我来讲没有意义。
So I just mentioned the lecturer's statement.
Yeah, but they don't relate to each other so well. 好，so
OK，
因为我觉得这里面有一个逻辑的问题。好，
嗯
没关系，待会参考一下。好，好，so that's
，OK，
clarity and independent writing, prompt, response, requirement, organization tips. Okay, topic introduction, perspective overview, thesis stem. I think you can read these pages by yourself. Currently,
OK，
job skills perspective. Okay. Improve performance, promotion opportunities, job satisfaction. Three key points. All right. Future opportunities perspective. Okay. Technological advancement, industry trends, enhance employability, new career path. So they are two different views, right? Two different viewpoints, opposite viewpoints, okay, balanced viewpoints, current job performance, continuous learning, strategic career planning. All right. And I want to share with you this one, okay? The essay begins by introducing a debate on algae as biofuel, mention both the readings concern and the lecture's counter arguments. All right. Land use analysis, startup cost analysis, environmental impact analysis. Okay, so one, land use, two, startup costs, three, environmental impact. And the key point for us today is, I think, this one. The
yeah,
essay discusses how the lecture challenges the concern about high startup costs by highlighting LG's shorter growth period. Okay, but in my opinion, if if it really has such high startup cost, then we don't want it at all. So even if it has really short growth cycle, it doesn't matter. I don't I don't invest it anymore. Actually,
OK，
no, I don't invest at all. Okay. Finally,
OK，
we have 3 minutes. Some important criterias for TOEFL IELTS writing. Okay. So number one, clear structure. Ken, could you read
yeah.
the
The
right hand part?
essays,
Yeah.
essays should have well-defined introduction, body paragraphs, and conclusion.
Yes. Okay. Content depth. Provide.
Provide specific examples and detailed analysis to support each viewpoint.
Okay. Language fluency.
Use diverse vocabulary and sentence structures with correct grammar and clear expression.
Yes. Logical flow.
Maintain clear logical connections between paragraphs with coherent arguments.
Okay. Good. That's about it. And for the conclusion, as a beginner, okay, you are just starting the TOEFL writing. I do think you did a good job. Okay. All right. So just keep writing. All right.
Okay,
And I'll just find the time to do the correction for you. So could you
thank
wrap
you.
up a little bit? What did you learn today?
So, like some tiny details about writing,
Okay. Such
especially
as
in like punctuations,
punctuation.
uh, is it semicolon, and
Mhm.
uh, and like to be logical in
Yes.
your writing,
Okay.
and you need to have like critical thinking.
Yes. Do you find it challenging or okay?
I find it challenging in short period of time.
In
So
what?
you got
You mean short period of
in the
time? Okay.
time limit.
So how long was the time you finished these two writings?
An hour or
An hour.
more.
I think it's okay. You are just starting. An
Because
hour
I
is
was like
totally fine.
try to
This is
I was
only
like
the second time, right?
yeah.
Yeah. After you like after 5 times or 10 times, and you will improve a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. This is experience. Because after you do these kind of writings again and again, then you will find some patterns. Then you will have some modules. Okay. Oh, this is module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4. So you will be very good at writing papers. Okay.
And
Yeah.
I was trying to learn some academic words and try to
Yes.
use it in my
Yes.
writing.
Yes.
So I do spend a
Relax.
lot of time. Okay.
Relax. You are doing a very good job. Okay.
Okay.
Just keep writing. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I will send you the link later.
Thank you.
Okay.
No problem.